Good evening from the Pacific Northwest. Rainy. And it's Saturday, May 18th, and you're watching The Weekly Factor here on Factor of Games. I'm your host, Greg. Welcome, folks. Hope everybody had a great Saturday so far. It's not over, but I don't know. The end is near. That's all you can say. I was doing a lot this week. I don't know. It was kind of crazy. I've got new things going on. I did find freelance employment even more. So beyond social media, now I'm a facilities person. So I had to replace like some what do you call them? Like Silk Air, welcome. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining. I had to replace some, like, they call them an eco head. It's for hair salon stylists, right? Like hair professionals. And had to switch out a line. So I had to actually go in today. So I was a little bit behind, which the reason why I'm telling you this has caused one issue, and it's an issue with the Legion Go. There was a couple games, big games, so Valhalla and Hitman, that didn't download fully because I was out. I couldn't tell. I doubt that we'll be able to show Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the Legion Go. We'll be able to show all the games on the Steam Deck. I think Hitman will download while we're on the show here doing it, but I don't think Valhalla will. It's 156 gigabytes. It's pretty big. But if it runs well on the Steam Deck, know that it's going to run well on the Legion Go because it's a Windows device versus a Linux device. So you should be just fine. I'm hoping Starlink holds up. We're getting a lot of rain. It's just that time of the year where we'll get like really nice weekend like last weekend. And then this week it's just raining and pouring down and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I think what we can do is probably take a look at what actually was voted on this week. I see the stream just went down on one of the channels. So I'm not sure which one. I'm thinking YouTube's still there. I'm hoping, but I don't know. Maybe even YouTube went down. Who knows? It could be that way for this one. But everything's recorded, so if you don't see the whole show, you'll be able to catch it later. So let's take a look at the Steam Deck and talk about what was voted on. Multiverse is coming, but it's not here yet. And I'm getting prepared because they're getting ready to relaunch the game. This is the game that Warner launched but never made it. But we didn't vote on this. Everybody here voted on 5 games this week. And if you don't know about it, here's my shameless plug. Become a subscriber. Become a subscriber, and you too can vote on the games that are decided to show here on the Weekly Factor on Saturdays. So you basically see 4 games go up every day on the channel. If you're subscribed, you get notified. Make sure that bell's got the little thing that says tick all, notifications. You'll see it. It goes up every day at noon, Monday through Friday. 4 games will go up. You vote on one of them. 1 game will move forward to Saturday, and then 5 days of that. So we'll have 5 games by the end of the week. Plus, I pick 1 game that we just kind of talk about that came out either the same week, or it's coming out the next week, or came out the week before. So that's how this goes. And you guys voted on some games here. So the first one is Withering Rooms. So Withering Rooms, this game is a horror game that reminds me of a PS1 game where there was a dude with big scissors. I'm going to turn my heater off. I forgot it was on. It's cold today. It was big scissors, and it was Scissor Man, or what was the game's name? I can't think of it. It was a PS1 game. It's kind of sought after now. Like if you're in the retro gaming world and you like collecting physical editions, this is one that's probably pretty pricey. It's maybe into the $50 to $150 range, depending upon the condition you get it in. But this game reminds me very much of that. It's a side-scrolling kind of room to room. The other game was kind of like that, but not necessarily 100%. And I will try to come up with what that game is while we go through. I can't remember. I don't know why. If you know, please leave it in the chat or in the comments if you're watching post the show, but on the VOD. So the next game that you voted on was Trek to Yomi. check To Yomi. So this is probably because of I ran a day where Devolver Digital was kind of the featured. So there was 4 games from Devolver. Devolver has a big sale going on, and the games that were on there, I can't remember what Trek To Yomi went up against, but this is another side-scrolling kind of actiony game where you go through. I wouldn't call it a Metroidvania. It's a little bit different than that type, but it's got some action in it. You kind of move through the game, if I remember correctly, on a path through a story kind of thing, and it's all in like black and white or whatever the term is for Japanese films, which we'll talk a little bit more about this, old Japanese films, because another game was voted on as well like that. So Hitman World of Assassinations, this went up against all the Watchdog games that were on sale this week. And I thought, there's no way this game is going to win. Even though it's a great game, I'm like, somebody's going to want to see like, Watchdog Legions or something like that run and make sure it runs on the Steam Deck because it's on sale. But all 3 games run on it, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it ended up being Hitman World of Assassinations, which would be Hitman 3. This one won out, so we're going to check that out on both devices, hopefully. The one that we'll only be able to check out on the Steam Deck OLED is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Again, it didn't download fully on the Legion Go. It's a big game. It's 156 gigabytes. It's crazy. And it's one of those games that was an exclusive on Epic Games Store, and it kind of hung out there for a year. And then when it came to Steam, it was on sale for like, I don't know, like 85% off. It was literally like $11 when it launched, or $15 when it launched, right? So I picked it up. I like the game. I think I had it on PS5. It was like one of the first games I had on PS5, but I got rid of it. And I was like, okay, it's cheap enough. I'm just going to buy it again, check it out. I like the game. It's not too bad, but I don't like that exclusive thing. I really have problems with exclusives. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay. It's a massive game. I mean, it looks good, but yeah, 156. I mean, that's like competing with Call of Duty level 200 gigabyte style games, right? So it's a big game. We'll take a look at it. It runs okay on the Steam Deck. And then Ghost of Tsushima. This game came out this week. This was a big game. I did like 3 videos for this one. I did one for the OLED. I did one, the real view ones, the kind of top down. So I did one of those for the game running on the Steam Deck OLED, one running as a comparison between Steam Deck LCD and Steam Deck OLED, and then one for the Legion Go. So we've kind of already seen this in like those top down videos, but we haven't really seen it yet in a direct capture. So we're going to take a look at that. Really, really good looking game. And then the one that I picked this week, funny enough, is the audio on? Yeah, I can hear the audio. Is Pinball FX. So Pinball FX, this isn't a new game, but they brought out 3 new DLCs. So 2 of them are like one game, and then there's 3 games on another pack, which are kind of like 80s TV shows, like Knight Rider, maybe 80s, 90s. Knight Rider, I think it was... what's the other one that they had on there? I don't know. We'll get into it as we go. Lucy Lawless in Wonder Woman? No, not Wonder Woman. What was it? Xena, Princess Warrior. And then there's one more that I can't think of. Not Star Trek. Something like that, right? To that effect. So those 3 were on one. Pacific Rim is on another one. And then there's this new DLC that they're giving away for free. It's kind of like a soccer... I think it's called Super Soccer Football or something to that effect. We're going to take a look at that one because that's the free one. And that one is available for anybody to just go download. So that's what the link below in the comments, or not the comments, in the description of the video is for the free version. So you can just go download on Steam and anybody can play it. And I think you actually get 2 other tables. I think one's the fishing table, and the other one is like sorcery, wizard, something or other. It's one of their own tables. Those are the 3. And then, of course, the soccer one. So you'll get all 3 of those that you can play. And if you like some pinball games, it's a really good pinball game. It's fun. So let's go ahead and kick this off with I want to wait to do Hitman until later. So hopefully the Legion Go does finish the download. But since we can only do one device on Valhalla, let's take a look at that. And that's going to be on the Steam Deck Oled. Let me make sure that the volume's up. If you can't hear the volume, please say something in chat. I'm going to turn it up here. It might be a little loud when we go into the game, so I got to kind of adjust this. Wreak Havoc, welcome. How are you? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a shot. So we're going to take a look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, this is on sale to the point we were talking about. No, you haven't missed Ghost of Tsushima yet. We just are getting into the first game, which is Valhalla. So we'll do Ghost of Tsushima here in about, I don't know, the middle of the show, if not a little bit before that. But appreciate you swinging in. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a big game for folks. It's really got a lot of interest, which it's a good game. It's a very good game. I will say this. It plays better on PC than it does on the PS5. I've had both. And it's pretty amazing what Sucker Punch did with Ghost of Tsushima on PC. Yeah, no, everything's good, man. Did a little bit of work. Had to go to look at this. We got an update, of course. This shouldn't take too long. This is updating the Ubisoft client. So this is kind of the downfall of any like big publisher, right? They put these middleware in here, but hopefully once it's done with this Ubisoft Connect, it's going to jump right in. So it'll just kind of go right through and it'll grab the username and password from like one of the other games that I played. Whether it's caching that or not, I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but hopefully it'll just kind of like do the bypass. So whenever we start the game, you really only see it maybe pop up for a second if you see it at all, and it goes straight into the game, but it's a pain, right? Bethesda has one. Ubisoft has them. EA has them. 2K now has it, right? Or Take-Two games do. So yeah. Sony has their own. You'll see that when we take a look at Ghost of Tsushima on the Legion Go, because it does show up. Yeah, Trek to Yomi's a beautiful game. They gave it away, I want to say, on PS3. Or sorry, not PS3. Jeez. PS5. Well, the PlayStation free games that you get monthly. I think it was one of those ones earlier this year. So at least people on PlayStation know a little bit about Trek to Yomi. But if you haven't ever seen it, you'll see it here tonight. But definitely, Devolver is a fantastic indie developer publisher. They really support the indies, and they've got a big sale going on, so you should go check that out on Steam. If you're looking for any interesting games, you can get them pretty cheap. I think Yomi was maybe $14.99. It might even be a little bit less than that. But yeah, I can look that up while we're waiting here. It's an excellent game, and like I said, an excellent company that really does support indie developers, which is awesome. And especially in the video game market that we're in now, it's kind of nuts with everybody kind of firing people and letting people go and all sorts of stuff like that. I am looking for that. Where did it go? Trek to Yomi. It was on monthly. You haven't tried it yet. Oh, okay, so yeah. It was actually a pretty good deal to get that. That's not every game's a winner, but that was a nice one to see in there. It was kind of a surprise. Let's see here. Devolver sale. They've got a lot of games on there. Call to the Lamb's on sale for $14.99. What else do we have on there? Trek to Yomi is $7.99, so it's not bad. Yeah, Wreak Havoc, I'm not a hater of Assassin's Creed. I really liked it when I first played it years and years ago. We're talking about the original one. And then I really liked Assassin's Creed 4, the pirate one, Black Flag, I think it's called. And then I really wasn't into it. I've went back and subsequently played Syndicate and Origins, not Origins. Let's see, the Odyssey. And then this came out, so I played this one a little bit, a good ways into it. Not on PC. I played it on PS5. I haven't really gotten back into it on PC, but I have played it on PC, and I've kind of liked what they've done with it. It's a lot different. It's a little bit more action RPG than it is just full action game. Oh, see, it didn't pull it through. Man, I don't know what you can do with these things. Can we bypass this? I don't think you can. I think it's going to force us to do the input. I didn't think about this. It did download, but I didn't get a chance to check it because I've played it before, so I knew it would work. Give me 1 second here. Wow, that was really loud. Maybe it wasn't for you guys, but it was for me. All right. Give me 1 second here to get this done. And when you know it. I can't do it the way I want to do this. I'm going to have to just enter it. Yeah, these launchers, I could do without these. They're just a pain. They're not really useful. They don't really bring a lot of value. I know that the publishers would like to think they do, but they bring no value really. So where is that? Because you can't even bypass it. Like if I close it out, it aborts the whole game or closes the game. I'm pretty sure. Yep. It just closed it all the way out. So we've got to find it. We got to put this in, and it just derails things, but that's fine. I mean, it's okay. It only takes a few minutes, but it's not what we really are here for right now. Let's see. Ubisoft. I know I've got it. There it is. Now I've got to wait for it to come back up. I know that if you have other Ubisoft games on your machine. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what it did? I didn't even have to enter it. I just had to close it out and restart it. I think. Let me see if it'll go all the way through. It's synchronizing. Yeah. So what it did was it must have had to do an update. It did that update, and it must have not been able to pull the username and password in. So it didn't. Ultimately, it didn't like move forward with it. But then when I closed it out and then reopened it, it actually pulled in the username and password. So it must have been that update just kind of screwing it up. Let's see if it'll actually work now. Or if it's going to screw up our capture card again. I think we're okay. It doesn't sound like it's going to. Unless we don't get audio. But we'll see. Yeah, that's kind of the shame about it. I don't know. You had the EA launcher pulled out of your game. Oh, it put you into the EA store. That's interesting. I could see them doing that. I mean, that's ultimately what they want, right? They want to get you. They don't care where you buy it, but ultimately they want to force you to kind of go to the EA store, to the Ubisoft store, or to the PlayStation store, or whatever it is, and cut Steam out because Steam takes like 30%. So, yeah, kind of crappy, but it worked. I am on, so we're not on the ROG Ally, we're on the Steam Deck Oled right now. That's what we're taking a look at, Reek. So. Okay. Let's jump in and take a look. I'm going to keep an eye on those audio levels. I don't want to blow you guys away. I don't think I have any of the DLC for this, so it should be pretty quick on that. Hopefully I do. I don't know. It was a while ago that I bought this. It was probably when they first launched it after that year that it was exclusive on the Epic Store, because they did that sale coming in. Now, right now, the game, I thought it was $11.99. That's what I want to say you can get this for right now during the Assassin's Creed kind of sale. They're really promoting that latest Assassin's Creed, the one is it in Russia? I think so. Let's see, where's Valhalla here? we'll take a look at the options first while I look up the price. It's essentially, it says high. I'm going to actually set it to low. We're going to start there and then we'll bounce it up. I did do a video on this a long time ago, but I think it was on the original Steam Deck, not the Steam Deck Oled. So everything else is low. It's basically just set to default low. Environments, textures, motion blurs off, sampling, everything. So let's apply that. And I think we should be at the 1280 by 720, but let me verify that before we start too. Yeah, if you use the link below, it will take you to the Steam page for this game. And I think it is $11.99. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, $11.99. And that's for the base one. And then obviously, if you want like the DLC, you're going to pay, I think, $35 for the complete edition, which is normally, oh my God, what is that? $140. That's ridiculous. Ubisoft and their Quad A games or whatever. This isn't a Quad A game. It's only a lowly like AAA game, right? Quad A is saved only for that pirate game they put out nobody wanted. Oh, Shadows is the new one. You know. Oh, it's in Japan. Okay. Thanks, Preston. Welcome. Press start once. Yeah, the new one I think will be, if they go off of this really closely, right? Like I think they'll be okay. I don't know. I liked Valhalla a lot. If they go off of any of the other ones, God, look at it. It's shaking this. I don't know. I like the pirate games. I like the seafaring games. I don't know why. Even though you're not on the sea too much in Valhalla. It's not like Black Flag. Yeah, so the only other thing I wanted to look at was the screen. So it's got us on a 16 by 10, but we're going to put on 16 by 9 because so it can support, you know, the full screen on the Steam Deck OLED or the Legion Go. But because what we're doing here is we're playing direct capture, we're going to have it 16 by 9. And then, you know, we'll leave VSync off and we'll leave it at 100% resolution scale, but we'll probably have to cut that down a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm not sure. I'm somewhere in the game. I'm pretty certain at towards the beginning, before you leave the Nordic region, to go to another place. I'm not going to ruin it if you've never played the game. So right now, 60s, 40s. Now, we won't be able to show this on the Legion Go. It's not going to download. Such a big download. Okay, there we go. So 40s. I think if we go onto land there, we're going to invade. But let's do some open seafaring before we go invade something. So 47, 48. I mean, it looks really good. I can tell you that. It does look amazing in 4K. So playing it only on a Steam Deck, it'll look great on that screen, no doubt. But definitely if you can ever play it on some kind of 4K machine, PS5 or PC, it's definitely something to see. Okay. I guess we can turn this up just a little bit. I'm probably really like loud compared to this. There we go. Yeah. No, we're getting 57, 55. Let's go ahead and raid this village. We'll see some battle. We'll kind of get an idea of where that sets us. We could drop the resolution down a little bit, bump up some of the, you know, the... Why do we got black bars? What's going on with that? I'm just curious. I noticed we have, like, black bars on the sides of the screen. Maybe it's this button? Yeah. Or maybe not. I don't know. Where's our settings? Inventory. World Quest codec. Huh. Is that the only option there? Yeah. If you press start, it takes you to the same thing. Oh, main. There we go. There we go. It's even giving us our readout in terms of like where our performance is. But I wonder what's going on here. Let's go full screen. Maybe that fixed it. Let's take a look now. No, I've still got like these bars on the side. I don't know what that is. Now I did plug this in after it had started, so I'm a little concerned. Maybe that screwed it up. Since we don't have to, or we can't jump into the next game, let's do this. Let's restart the game. I've got a feeling something's wrong. And it's probably because I plugged this in after the fact that it's doing this, and I don't want to have it screwed up. But let's see what it does here. There we go. That's full screen. Let's jump in now and see if we can get it to run. They're going to make you buy full screen. Yeah, exactly. It's the extra DLC that you got to get into. I don't know. This is, it's kind of odd that it was doing that one. But I think, again, it wasn't Ubisoft. That was my fault when I had to pull it. Well, I don't know. We'll say it was their fault because they asked us to log in when we didn't have to. So if they'd have done their update right, it wouldn't have asked us to log in. I don't know. See, it's still got the black bars on the right and left-hand side. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, if you want the deal, if you want that full package like we were talking about, like I said, it's $35. The base game on its own is $11.99 right now on sale. Normally it's, what are they charging for it normally? $69? No, $59 for Assassin's Creed Valhalla full price. And if you want that complete edition, the full complete edition, everything that you can get, $139.99. That's ridiculous. That is so much. Okay, now it's got the full screen. So I'm going to say that we will get full screen in the game. Whatever that was, I don't know. Like I said, just pulling it off of the capture card and then putting it back on must have threw it off. You're not paying that? Yeah, so I agree with you. $139 is just, man, that's like a collector's edition with like a statue or something like that, you know, from what I would expect. I would expect to get something like a physical, like, I don't know, Viking cleaver or hatchet or something with it. It's a lot of money for that. And it just does not seem like it actually is worth that, right? Like if you can get it for $11.99, the game's exactly worth it. I mean, easily. Maybe at $35 for all of it, maybe it's good. It's still a stretch for me on these games. You get, so for the $139 or the $35 on sale, you get Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, you get the Seasons Pass, you get Siege of Paris DLC, and you get Wrath of the Druid. Oh, I guess, wait, excuse me. Maybe all of those are in the Seasons Pass. So you essentially just get the Seasons Pass. Yes, that's what you're getting. Which, this is so ridiculous. If you just bought the $11.99 game, you could buy the Seasons Pass for $9.99, like $21 instead of $35. You must get something else that I don't see. All right, let's jump in this time and see if we're good to go. I think we will be. You need the hatchet, exactly. That would be nice to have. A big Viking axe. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it's all the way to the edges. I don't know if you could have if you were seeing the same thing I was, but I'm guessing you were, and it looked wrong. So yeah, now we're back in action, but we're at that 140, or sorry, we're in the 40s. Let's see how it goes once we get on land. Okay, jump off. Okay, 50s. 50s. Okay. We can probably drop some things down if we wanted to, really. In terms of, like, the resolution scaling, we could bring that down. There's our first victim. See, it has kind of a little bit different than the old ones. It's more kind of Dark Souls-ish, where you can highlight. You have like a weak attack, you have a very strong attack to break defense. I don't think it's as difficult, though. You don't have the roll kind of thing. You can duck. Oh, no, you do. You do. It's just X. That's all. They had to make it different. I couldn't remember if you had that or not. Okay. Stamina bar. Yeah, I mean, it becomes very much just like Dark Souls. Without that challenge. Can I even parry? Yeah, I can block. That's why I like the gameplay. It's not horrible, right? It's not a bad game overall. It's good gameplay, especially when it's on sale. Oh, somebody's in here with me. Nope, that's my folks. It looks like Horizon Zero Dawn right there. What's her name? Alie or Ale? Something like that. There we go. Praise full screen. Yes, now we're finally set up. So, if we wanted to, we could try lowering the resolution slightly. It doesn't have FSR or anything like that, but that might lock us in. Although it looks really like a Vaseline filter over top, but we're close to 60. I don't think we're locked in though. Yeah, like the detail kind of disappears a little bit. 53. Now this is at 720. So you could imagine on the Legion Go, you might, with the same tricks, you might be able to get 60 on 1080p. You would easily get 60 at 1280 by 720 on the Legion Go. You could probably bump it up. Now, if we didn't want, and since we got a little bit of time, we can kind of burn on this one. If we really didn't want this to be solo, what we could do is if we can suffer for less than 60 frames, you can, not 110, you can bounce that up and then, yeah, save, go into graphics, and we could probably put it on high and get 30 frames per second. Maybe. Possibly. It's going to restart the whole game. God. Just to make some adjustments. Let's just take a look. But this is what I was playing it on before. So I take it I'm probably like around 30 to 40 frames per second. And that would be, you know, if you can get close to 40, that's reasonable. Because you can always just kind of lock it in. But I think we're locking it in kind of at the 30 frames. Yeah, I can't believe that booted us all the way out. And it's so slow to get back in. Come on. Now, do I think you would want to play it at 30? Yeah. Again, certain games you can play at 30, but that's 60 frames per second, you know, the way we had it set up to where we were getting like 50, 60. That would look really good on the OLED screen. Oh, sorry. I didn't see who, was it Omar? I think you just subscribed. Thank you. And welcome. But yeah, so that what we had it on the original settings, even though, you know, looking at it in the direct capture, we could probably see a little bit more of like you know, that Vaseline or that texture on the smaller screen with the more condensed, I think it would look really good. What did you miss? I think it was just a new sub came on. I think it was, oh, I got to look in the previous thing, but I think it was Omar. I didn't catch the last name, but welcome. Or the last part of the username, sorry. So yeah, we should be, we're going to test it on high settings. So right now, if you didn't hear that part, it's okay. The switching on this game, though, back and forth, like once you get it locked in, never change it again. Because it does take a little bit of time. But hopefully this will still give us like 40 frames per second, between 30 and 40, and 40 preferably, and give us a little bit better fidelity, even though it's still at that 1280 by 720 or 1280 by 800 if you're playing on the device.
Camp there, Ivor. Probably hostile.
Okay, definitely looks better, and it's in the 2930s. All right, let's jump into the ground. Okay, let's see. Jump off. So 30s, 35, 34. Like I said, I don't know if I would give up the extra frames because on the device of the screen, it's going to look just fine. It's only really on the direct capture that we see a lot of the weird, like, what would you say? Like the lower fidelity is how I would put it. Oh, yeah, looks like it's in the 30s, between 30 and 40, but pretty much like lower 30s with high. With medium, you might get to 40. Smack him when he's not looking. Oh, that's the war chief. Okay. I keep wanting to hit B for the roll. Okay. Oh. See if we can do a little damage of our own. Okay. Big swing. We don't have it. Must be out of energy. Dylan, welcome. Dylan Miller, thank you. You're welcome, man. I appreciate you guys watching them. I, you know, since I changed careers, whatever you want to say, like moved on to something different, I have a lot more time. And with the new thing that I'm doing, the freelance stuff, I can set my schedule. So I went through yesterday and worked with the team that I'm working with and told them like, hey, like this Tuesday, I won't be able to, you know, be anywhere that's away from my recording equipment, you know, or this like Thursday or whatever days they are, right? Like I was trying to time these types of things so we can do like the newest releases every time so we don't miss anything. So I made a calendar. I don't know. It's like pretty much every week, Tuesday, at least one Tuesday or one Thursday every week for the next like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, there'll be some new release that we can look at, right? There's a couple that maybe are just like DLCs, but there's some new stuff. What type of free? So I do social media for a couple people now, a couple companies here locally in Seattle kind of thing. Oh, that's on my guys. And then I also took on like this facilities job for them as well. So like I'm even replacing, you know, like water pipes in their buildings. I've got to put a breezeway in between two studio offices. These are studios for like hair salons, private studios. So I've got to like knock a wall down, like put a hole in the wall so they can connect to. So it's stuff like that. But yeah, I found that I like doing a whole bunch of stuff. I used to be in the video games industry, so if you didn't know, I've talked about it a little bit on here, but I was a global vice president of licensing and publishing for MMO publisher Gamigo for years. So just got out of that. Just really, I kind of left the games industry as that goes, right? Just didn't like the way things are going. Didn't like how they treat companies and developers. Not necessarily just Amigo, but like the whole industry's got a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So I think we're good here. I think we can call Assassin's Creed good. You've got some varying degrees. Imagine, we're not going to be able to play it on Legion Go for anybody just joining, as I said, because it didn't download all the way. But what we will do is, I can tell you that if it runs at the level we're running it at here, maybe I'm still alive. I'm still alive. If we are running it in between 30 and 60, depending upon the settings, at 1280 by 800, for example, you're going to be able to run pretty much the exact same performance, maybe a little bit better on the Legion Go, but at 1080p. If you really put it just down to 1280 by 800 on the Legion Go, you can probably run this at high settings with no upscaling or anything like that at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So that's kind of what you can expect. Oh, let's get the horse. I think we can ride this horse. We'll leave our folks behind. We'll leave the water behind and move on. Yeah, sure. I can play Ghost of Tsushima. So it doesn't matter to me. No, I understand. Yeah, let's take a look at Ghost of Tsushima next. So yeah, but here's 40s. We're out of the village. 30s, 40s. A lot of the game in the open areas like this, right? We were talking about, I think on one of the videos I did open gameplay for for Ghost of Tsushima. Similar thing, but it's a really well optimized game. So let's take a look at that now. We'll go ahead and jump out of here. And then we'll go into Ghost of Tsushima. I hope I'm saying that right. I think it's Tsushima, not Tsushima. Could be Tsushima. We'll see. And then we'll do that on the Steam Deck first, and then we'll do it on the Legion Go, because that one is downloaded. It's no problem. Just Valhalla was so big. It's, you know, in comparison, I don't even think Ghost of Tsushima is 70 gigabytes, where whatever Valhalla is, it's like 156 gigabytes. It's crazy. Oh, no worries. So it's not, I don't care. Like I said, I mean, this is everybody's show here. Like, you guys vote on the games. We play it however you guys want to play it. Doesn't matter to me. I just normally pick them because, I mean, sometimes people don't care, but I'm happy to do it in whatever order. So let's go ahead with Ghost. And, you know, since we're on the Steam Deck OLED, a lot of people had asked in the video, like, do you have to do anything with Proton or any of that stuff? But there's nothing. It's just, it runs completely fine. Like Sucker Punch, the developer, you know, they went through and did all the work to make this thing run. Now there is one difference. And this comes down to, I believe, Sony. And what I've heard is it's Sony and the way they handle their PSN for PC. They don't support Linux. Now, I've also heard people say, no, it's an anti-cheat, but I'm like, this is not a co-op, or this is just co-op. It's not it's not a competitive multiplayer scene. So I don't think Sony has anti-cheat on these, or really would care. But I believe it's something to do with the Sony PSN network. And that's why you don't have the Legends mode, which is the co-op mode, on Ghost of Tsushima if you're playing it on Steam Deck. If you're playing on a Legion Go or regular PC, it's there. That's the one difference you'll see. It doesn't change the core game at all. Don't even think there's any reference to the Legends mode in the core game from what I remember from the original time I played on PS5, because the whole game was, when it launched on PS4, it did not have the co-op mode. Then they added the co-op mode in later on. I forget how long afterwards. So you're not missing anything from the core experience by not having that on the Steam Deck. Now, if you like co-oping with your friends, yeah, you're missing that part. So that's kind of a downside of it. But I don't know if they can fix that or not. Wow, look at this. This is interesting. I don't know what this is. This is not on the when you play on the deck. Let's see what it does as we get further in. Because it doesn't look like this. It's not supposed to. Yeah, that's not right. Looks like a fever dream. What is going on here? Let's see. Oh, you know what? It could be HDR. Maybe. But I can't even see what it is to be able to tell you. I forget where HDR... I can't even read it from here. Let me do this. I'm going to unplug really fast. Give me 1 sec. Let me see if HDR is on. Yeah, look, it's even on the deck like that. Something's screwy. I'm not broadcasting in HDR, and the way my PC setup is, it's a little weird. How to live with Steam Deck. Exactly. There's a lot to live through on this. It was Riskinza? Welcome. I know I butchered that completely, and that's not how you say it. I apologize. I think it is going to be HDR. And I'm wondering if... Oh, I can't change it now. I was going to say, I'm wondering if, because my PC screen is HDR, if it's like trying to do it, but it can't. Because it's being blocked by another HDR setting somewhere. We don't really run into this, only when games kind of run HDR on their own. And the Steam Deck can't have any kind of say in it. But let me start the game up here, turn HDR off, and then we'll restart it and then plug it in and see if it actually will function correctly. I have to think that's it, because the game runs normally on the Steam Deck with no issue, right? Like, as you saw with the 3 videos that are on my channel. I don't know what that was, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, it's looking pretty normal starting up now. Like that. Let me just get into where I can turn it off. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to say it's on HDR on the Steam Deck. Yeah, you can see it up in the corner. It says HDR right up there. That's how you know on the OLED. It gives you an indicator whenever something's outputting in HDR, and I think that's what's screwing it up. So let's do this. Let's turn it off directly here. Yeah, really strange why it did that. Although I will say, there was something else that was really strange between, if you watch the comparison deck, between the Steam Deck LCD and the OLED playing this game, the LCD actually performs better. And some people were speculating that it was the HDR causing the Steam Deck OLED to perform at a little bit lower. I tend to disagree. Well, I don't disagree. I don't know. But my guess is that they are using the original Steam Deck, the LCD Steam Deck, as the reference device, not the OLED. So that's why the original Steam Deck runs so well with this game. And it could be that there needs to be a little bit more optimization for the OLED model. So let's try this again. Oops. I was off screen there. Okay. Let's try it now without HDR. But that's my guess, is that they didn't test it against an OLED. Or they didn't optimize it against an OLED. They optimized it against the larger of the base of devices, which was the Steam Deck, the original, or LCD. I don't know how many OLEDs versus LCD versions are out there. It looks like it's fixed now. Yeah, there we go. We got it working. I don't know how many they've sold of one versus the other. I would guess they're into the millions of LCD versions, and then they're probably into the upper hundreds of thousands, 500,000 or more of the OLEDs. That's just a wild guess. I don't know. But, you know, that would be kind of what they would potentially look at, is like, hey, we don't want to optimize for only the best of the best. We want to optimize for the lowest of the quality, or lowest bar in terms of performance, to make it the best experience. So looking at this 1280 by 720, yeah, it looks great now. It fixed it again. I think it's two things. I think it's the capture card supports HDR. It's fine there. But I think my settings, because there's like 3 layers. There's like HDR on the device, the Steam Deck Oled. There's HDR on my Windows PC that has to be enabled, and I don't know if it's enabled or not. And then there's HDR on the actual screen itself, which is trying to maybe see it, but it can't do anything with it, or got screwed up there. So I don't think you would have issues with if you got rid of like one of those components. You're going to be fine. Everything's set to what it should be. This should get us pretty good. HDR's off. Upscaling is off. So we're going to do it with no upscaling. So no AMD FSR. We're not going to use that right now. We'll try to target 60, but it'll probably be like 40s, 50s. And then over here we have everything set to very low, no motion blur. Everything else is low. So let's and this is the OLED version. So let's go ahead and take a look at the game. And let's just load into one of my saves. This is somewhere within the game. It's not very far, but it's also not the same one area that we were in the other game, or in the other videos. It's a little dark, and I think we need to adjust the brightness. I think the brightness is off because HDR was on. So let's bring that up a little bit. And it is kind of towards the end of the day. The sun's in the horizon, so I think that's why it looks like this. And the game changes colors a lot. And it's meant to, right? Like, that's the way the game is. It's just done with that artistic design. So, like, in darker areas, everything will look golden, or reflections off of there. Let's just get a little bit further in here. I'm not going to do any standoffs. We're just going to go... Oh, look at that. The horse can't get through. You're kidding me. Ugh. Okay, let's back up. Back up, back up. Actually, we'll do another... We'll take a look at another save where it's a different color, too. But this is more towards the evening of the game. The sword play is interesting. You do have to kind of play a little bit less crazy than I am. I'm being a little bit all over the place. Oop. It's kind of like a Dark Souls style, but it's not. There we go. This guy's got a shield, so you gotta break. You gotta hit him with a hard or heavy assault to break his shield. Or his defense. Not to break his shield necessarily, but there we go. There. But yeah, you can kind of see it's like very golden sunset. But what we'll do is we'll load into another area. You don't think it looks right? Well, here, let's load into it. It's not really off because I think you can see the menu system. Looks right. It's more the time of the day. So give me 1 sec. I'll go to a different save. I know what you mean. It does, and that's what I was saying. It doesn't look... Can we load a different save from here? Maybe we have to go back to the... Really? We got to go all the way back. We just have to exit out and come back in. All right, let's go... Whoops. Load game. So this is a little bit earlier on, where it's a little bit brighter and the sun's up, kind of thing. There we go. Still looks dark to you. You know what? It could be that... let me think. Is it? It does look a little off, I will agree. I was thinking it was just because it was darker. HDR's off. Contrast is dramatic. I don't think, unless the, okay, now here's the other thing. Unless the Steam Deck is kind of forcing HDR, no, it's not. I was going to say, it's picking up HDR even when the game doesn't have it on there, but it's not. So let's do this. What if we were to bring, we shouldn't have to adjust that. I know what you're saying. It does look a little dark. The blacks are really black on it. Let's just say that. Like, it's super dark. I'm trying to think. What could be causing that? Let me do a check really fast of my setup. Is it because something is... I'm afraid to change it, like, if it does have HDR on. It does. I don't know what this is going to do to the stream. Okay, if it goes down, I'll be right back. I'm not 100% sure. It could be that that's causing a problem. Now look at me. I'm like really blown out. Okay, now we're back. It still does. Wow, it looks even darker. That is weird. I don't know what that is. Huh. I'm just trying to think. What could cause that? It does look really dark. I will agree. What could be causing that? Because it's not that... Like, if I pull it off... Let's just do this. Let's pull this off. I mean, it's kind of dark on the LCD, or on the OLED, too. It's not really that much different. Right? Like, it's maybe a little bit brighter, but it's not super bright. It's still got really super dark blacks. I know, it's hard to see there. Right? I wonder if it's just... I mean, it is a little bit brighter, though. In person, like, looking at it, although it's got a lot of, like, black on, like, the shadows. Like, it's really dark, like, in the areas where his clothing is. It's definitely different. Which press start once? Do you have the LCD version or do you have the... Oh, you're just playing on PC, though, is what you said. You're not playing on... You're not playing on the Steam Deck. Is that correct? That would be interesting to know. I'm going to plug it back in here. We'll see if that changed anything. You're on a 330/60. Okay. Yeah. I played it on PS5. It did have some areas where it would, but it doesn't look that dark. But it's, I mean, I want to say it's not on. What we can do, because I turned HDR off now. Let's turn it back on, see what happens. I don't know. Okay, it's a little bit brighter there. But what's kind of funny is, I don't know, it's not really pushing HDR. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's something to do with the capture card. Because that, I've turned HDR on now and it looks brighter, right? That's a good question. No, this was the first time this has happened. I was mainly playing it on the device. It doesn't look this... It's dark, but it doesn't look this dark on the device. But now it looks fine. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like it's too far out of whack. I don't even know what's going on with the stream, if it's went down or not, because it's doing something weird. Yeah, it's different for sure. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go run to the beginning of the area. I'm curious. Well, we'll get the horse here in a second. I just gotta get away from these guys. There he is. Hey, come here, horse. Ah. He's taking off. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Let's go back to the beginning area. So that area is like really bright. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. Well, the other video is the direct feed, right? Or, sorry, it's not direct feed. It's actually on the screen. And it does, the screen does support HDR, so it looks totally, it should look different in a way, because we're not pushing HDR right now on the stream. Let's just get back to this like area over here. I mean, we've still got to test it on the Legion Go, right? This, I mean, it kind of looks right to me, right here. It actually looks like as bright as it should. Kind of tough to say. I mean, I've got a 4090 here. If we have to, we can fire it up on that and put it on stream and see what it looks like. I'm gonna say this is right, though. Because, like, right here, it's definitely, I mean, you can see it's a little bit blurry because of the way it's dealing with it. I think it's just the area that we were in. Let's go in and do one adjustment, and then we'll jump over the Legion Go, and we'll take a look at it on there. Let's go down and turn... Oh, no, leave that on. Although, I do want to turn that off. Let's turn that off, and let's throw FSR on. And we're going to target 60. So we've been getting 60 just kind of riding around. Well, we've been getting between 45 and 60, let's say that, as we've went. I didn't really pay attention too much, but I know that's what I was getting. So let's do that. Yeah, you take that HDR, you turn it off, it changes it completely. It makes it look like super dark. Look at that. The same area with HDR turned off looks really dark. It just changes it a lot. Like the brightness is really off. But let's go back in and turn HDR back on, even though we're not broadcasting in HDR. Maybe the graphics card is picking it up. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. But you see how the frames per second go down when you turn FSR on? But the picture looks good. The fidelity looks much better overall. Yeah, it's... The picture looks really clear, though, with FSR on. Like those flowers or whatever those are in the field, the white things, they don't look like blurry. When you have FSR turned off, you get higher frames, but everything looks blurry in this game. But this looks much better this way, even though we're only getting 30-ish frames per second. Like, I would rather play it this way if I had to play on this screen directly. On the Steam Deck screen itself, it doesn't look bad without FSR. But like if I was playing direct capture like this all the time, I would definitely want to have FSR on and play lower frames per second. Because this looks really good through here. And it looks just the right color with that HDR on, even though, again, HDR on the PC is turned off right now. So it, I don't know. It must be the capture card. It's in between everything, so it must like... Or the game just looks better with HDR. I don't know. Maybe it's the way they build it. Is it worth picking up for Steam or wait for... You know, a lot of people in the comments have said they appreciate this much more playing it in their Steam Deck and on being able to play it on the go and on their PC than they do playing it on PS5. I think it's subjective, right? Like the PS5 looks amazing. If you have a really good PC gaming rig, it looks amazing on there. The nice thing is you can take it with you. If you've already bought it on this is the dilemma I have. If you've already bought it on PS5, why do you need to buy it on anything else? I know that's kind of like weird hearing it from me because I buy it twice as well. But I think I'll play it all the way through again on the Steam Deck just to kind of see. And I think I'll enjoy being able to take it with me as I go and work and, don't have to, like, if I'm sitting and waiting somewhere, I'll play it. So I'm happy I have it on PC, but if I have it on PS5, I think you're just going to be as happy to keep it on there, right? Like, why spend the extra money? But if you don't have the game already, I would buy it on PC. How's that sound? Because you'd have, many options to mess with it. I don't know if there'll be a modding scene for it because, while you might be able to do some mods, I think there's going to be some issues with that Sony PSN stuff. All right, let's take a look at the Legion Go. So let's get out of here. We'll exit the game completely and we'll jump over. So FSR's the technology, just like NVIDIA's, what is theirs called? The NVIDIA DLSS, and Intel has XeSS, which is essentially their upscaling method. It gives you the fidelity of higher, how do I say this? You get higher graphics fidelity, but you are basically taking and lowering the resolution down. So if you're playing at 1080p and you turn FSR on and you put it on like balanced, it's essentially just going to downscale, or it's going to take, and I'm just guessing at it because I can't remember the exact resolutions that it's going to do. If you're playing at 1080p, you turn on FSR and put on balanced, it's going to take your signal and make it a 1400 by 900 resolution and then upscale it back to 1080p. That's essentially how they kind of do that. And all of them are very similar. It allows the machine to work less, but be able to provide higher quality at the resolution that you're targeting for. But there are, and it fills things in, right? Like with with the technology that they're using, the way they do it. Like, I wouldn't say it's AI, but it's basically using tools to like double certain pixels, I believe. I'm not sure how the specifics go for each one, but like essentially they're trying to double the images, right? And then they're combining that. And now some cases they're even doing like it's FSR 3.0 with frame generation. They're doubling your frames as well. So they're actually putting frames there. It's going to all help. Yes, Edgar, it's going to all help towards increasing your frames per second and keeping fidelity, but you will notice artifacts that appear. I don't know how much we can show that here because I can't remember it, but in certain areas, for example, like if you're looking at water and you see reflections normally without FSR, if you turn FSR on, it's going to look more pixelated and it's going to be different. It's going to almost look like it's not right, like in terms of a reflection. It's going to look like it's shimmering, or snow will look like it blinks or something like that rather than just falling. Those are some of the down, like if it's too small, it really is noticeable. And it's hard to say what is going to get picked up by FSR and really kind of become like a crazy looking artifact to the normal non-upscaled methods. But in most cases, it will help increase your frames per second. Yeah, try it out on the Steam Deck. Try it in different instances for different games. The best way to do it, the best thing to look for is if a character has, noticeably detailed hair, right, on a character, look closely at it. If it looks pixelated when you turn FSR on, it'll probably be more pixelated as you go to like performance, where it really increases your frames per second, but it'll decrease that fine fidelity of that hair on that character. So it'll look like there's this fog or these artifacts around each like hair strand or hair. Like it almost looks like they're wearing a fuzzy sweater rather than they have hair on, so to speak. You'll notice that as you turn like the performance mode on FSR up, right? Like to give it more frames, you'll turn that, because it goes basically like the fastest you can get is like performance method on FSR. The better quality would be FSR like quality or ultra quality or something like that. So you'll have maybe a range of like 4 or so options. Okay, let's jump over to the Legion Go. And I've got to wake it up. So it's been sleeping here. It's having a little siesta. And that's because it was downloading. Okay, Silker. Glad you were able to hang out. Appreciate it. Yeah, watch the replay later. It'll be on there. We'll get to it. We've got 7 minutes to go on Hitman, so it should finish before the end of the game. Or the show. Let's see here. I need... How do we want to do this? Let's try mouse and keyboard. I haven't done that on this game yet, so let's try that. That's the one thing you can't do on the PS5 is mouse and keyboard. So let's jump into Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima. It does have controller support. There's no issue there, obviously. All right, let's see. And we can turn, see now it's actually like, this is the PlayStation stuff I was talking about. On the PC side, you get the PSN integration. You don't have that on the Steam Deck, so that's why there's none of the online co-op mode on there. It's looking a little choppy. I'm wondering if we're going to have to reset our capture cards. Looks like it's running a little choppy. Oh, I know why. Because I don't have it on performance mode. Give me a sec here. Let me adjust that. I was trying to conserve battery when I was playing it last night. So I had it on the low of the low. Come on. We'll wait for it to load in. PC, it does take a little bit more time. I don't know if it's a sign in or what it's doing. All right, let's see if we can turn this on now. Forgive what it looks like right now. It's running on like 10 watts. I'm forcing it to run at the lowest power consumption. Are you going to listen? Or do we have to exit out? You know what? Let's exit out. It's kind of screwed up. It's so hard for it to make this adjustment. There we go. Performance. Come on. I forgot I had it set like this. It's like, man, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to log in. I'm trying to do everything all at once. There it goes. Now it's on performance mode. Let's check and make sure. Yeah, performance. And you can see what it's using. I mean, it's using a lot of the GPU, like 95% of the GPU, 90% of the RAM, 95% of the VRAM. CPU is not being taxed too much, but it's on performance there. It's on the full, like 30 watts, or I think it's actually 35 watts is what you can boost it to. And then it's on performance. And I'm not sure what the resolution stuff never works right. So I think it's on 1920 by 1080. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Is the Sony integration. So it has all of your trophies, right? If you play on PSN or on PlayStation 5 or PS4 or PS3, all of those trophies have been carried forward, stuff like that, right? So all of that's there. It's not really worth it. I wish they wouldn't have done it. But you do see we have this Inner Legends mode. That's only available on PC. It's not available on the Steam Deck. You don't support Linux. Let's take a look at options. Oh, sorry, Edgar, what'd you say? What's your favorite hand? What's my favorite handheld? I I like both devices. The reason what I would tell everybody is if I had to choose one or the other, it would basically be what do I do with it, right? If I travel a lot and I'm always on the go and I don't necessarily have to play online and I want good battery life, I would pick the OLED, the Steam Deck OLED, hands down. The battery is amazing. Games like Hades 2, that don't really tax it too much. You can play like 5-6 hours on it. This game, I'd probably guess maybe 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. If you play a lot of MMO or a lot of online, and you want to play like PC games, like FPS games with a mouse kind of controller, and you don't travel a lot, or you have access to like a power, like, a wall outlet or something like that, like you're playing at home a lot or in an office or school or whatever, then I would choose the Legion Go, because the thing is power hungry for sure. It is going to use as much as it can to make games run as well as they can. And, the bonus is with it, majority of the games that you can run on the Steam Deck at 60 frames per second, you can run those same games at 1080p, 60 frames per second on the Legion Go. That's how much power advantage it has, right? So that would be like the qualifying question. But for me, it depends on the situation. I do carry the Legion Go around a lot. Sorry, I was really ready to cough. When I was traveling back and forth to Las Vegas all the time for my job, company I was with down there, I was taking the Legion Go with me a lot because I'd play it on the plane. There was a seat outlet, so I could plug it into the seat outlet. I was staying a lot at a hotel room, so I could just plug it in every night and play it. But when I'm out and about, like now, the job that I'm doing now, and like I'm out of the house, I take the Steam Deck with me because I don't have to worry about where I'm plugging it in, and I can play it pretty much all day long. For as much as I get a chance to play it, right? So those are the kind of scenarios I look at. Display. Let's take a look at that. Oops. There we go. So yeah, you can see we have it on 1080p, and everything's now the Legion Go does not support HDR at all, so we're not going to worry about that. And we will turn AMD's FSR 3.0 off for this. We'll try to keep it at 60. Now, it does have frame generation on because the Z1 chipset does support it on this. The Steam Deck doesn't. But I'm going to turn that off for now. So pretty much this is set up just at a higher resolution, the same way the Steam Deck was set up when we showed that. So let's apply this. And then let's jump over and look at the other settings. So let's turn everything to very low. So this is exactly the same setup, right, in terms of that. Yeah. So now let's go ahead and start the game. And we'll try to find the same load. Manual load. I think it was manual 1. Is that what we were playing on? I think we looked at that one. Pretty sure. But this will kind of give us a good idea of what it looks like here. Now, it does look a lot brighter, right? Like right off the bat, like this looks much brighter. I think to press start once, I think to their point, could be something with the FSR or with the HDR, that it was still activated somehow. It was still seeing it, even though it was turned off. When we turned it on, it looked a lot better. So maybe the Steam Deck, it's just like it has to have it on. Like there's something in the game's code that's like, we built it for HDR to be on. Who knows? I haven't had a chance to try it on my big gaming PC, the 4090. So I will do that today, but probably not for the stream. But yeah, this looks right. The coloring, everything. You can still see it's dark, right? Like when the sun's behind our guy, like he definitely has a dark shadow around him in front of I don't know how to call the horse. H for horse? It is. Funny enough. There we go. Now how do we get on here? E to mount. There we go. Let's go back to that field area. Oh, we don't even have... Let me get through. We don't have the frames up. The monitor. Let me do that. Let me just get away from these guys and then we'll do it. I thought it was on, but for some reason it's not there. So let's turn that on. Problem is I use these every once in a while to do gameplay, like to get like used to a game, and I turn all this stuff off. Okay, there we go. Now let's go. So yeah, you can see with FSR off at 1920 by 1080, we're getting in the high 50s. We're probably in 60, it's just not going to it for whatever reason. And this is without FSR, any of that stuff. There we go, 60, 61. So we're in the high 50s, low 60 range. Let's go back to that field just to look at it really quick. I don't know if we turn HD or if we turn FSR 3 on. It doesn't really have any settings for FSR 3. It's basically how they enabled it is like FSR 3 max like performance level for the game. It's like kind of they designed it for the game. Still, you can see looks a little... The face of the guy looks a little blurry, right? Let's turn FSR on really fast. Oh, do we have to log out? I bet we do. I think we do. Hang on. Let's do another new save. Actually, no. Sorry. I didn't click here. Let's turn FSR 3 on. Yeah, you can see it's on dynamic, and there's no way to change that. It's just kind of dynamic is set up. So they kind of said, well, this is the best that you're going to get. We'll target that 60 because that's really all we can do. And then let's turn frame generation on. Let's apply these settings. Yes. Okay. We'll still leave it on very low for now. But now you can see his face isn't as blurry. There's actually more detail to it with FSR on. Although we've, again, taken a little bit of a hit. We're not in the high 50s. We're kind of in that low 50s area for that. So FSR in this game actually does do a lot of performance improvements for objects that are further away or distant. Although you can see a lot of drawing in the field. If we get up here, like that whole section off in the distance, that hillside, that should have these white flowers or whatever these are over there. So if we ride over there, they'll appear. So the draw distance is cut down dramatically to help performance. See, they're appearing kind of as we get over here. Now, they're not all the way over here, but like, look where we came from. They're really kind of like hard to see. Like they're not there. They're just drawing in as we get closer. Which, I mean, that's it. That's, you've got to take some hit to get this. Now, if we wanted to play at 30 frames per second, let's just take a look at that option. If we wanted to play at 30 frames, then what we could do is bounce this up to medium kind of range. Now we're not going to have as much draw-in distance, right? And we're going to see a little bit more detail. We're still getting upper 40s, so we could lock it to 40. Probably be okay, right? I am playing with a mouse and a keyboard. That's why it's a little bit more jittery, right, through here. There we go. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks really good. I like it. I think the game plays really well. I think that Sucker Punch did an excellent job. I think if we really wanted to, we could probably bounce this all the way up to like high. Let's go very high and just see if we can hold 30 frames per second with frame generation on at 1080p. Yeah, 34 frames per second. That's pretty good. That's really optimized for this device, or for any of the smaller devices. Like, they did an amazing job. Now, further in the game, probably going to be some areas, more enemies. Let's go do a standoff really fast. I've never done a fight while playing keyboard, so we'll see. Oh, I see being attacked by a bear. Oh no. Get away, bear. We want to go do a fight with some guys. Let's see how that looks. I want to fight a bear. And again, this is basically, we're targeting 30 frames per second right now with very high settings, 1080p. And we do have FSR 3 and frame generation on. So, I mean, basically everything you can have, we've got on. But look how detailed his outfit is. Like, that's really nice. Really solid. I think there's some enemies here that we can... I was hoping we'd do a standoff. X to do a standoff. Okay. I'm thinking it's left click. Hold right click. Okay. We gotta wait till it attacks. There we go. Look at that. Now, I will say 30 frames per second doesn't look the best there. It slows it down a lot. So it feels like it slowed it down. Ooh. I think I'd rather have 60. But I will say it looks really impressive, right? With it like this, with it set up this way. If we back it down, let's do that one more time. Let's do this. Let's try to back it to medium. Yeah, let's try medium. And then let's try without FSR. And we'll turn frame generation off too. I just want to see. Okay, 30s. Yeah, I mean... I think the game was really designed with like FSR in mind. What if we do frame generation? Out of curiosity. Now we're back to 50s. Okay. Let's see if we can do another like little battle. 46. A little bit higher. Not the greatest, but a little bit. I don't know how to roll here. Heal a little bit. End his suffering. No. Oh, I did break it. Oh, he got me. Yeah. I'd rather play it with mouse and keyboard. Or with controller. I don't know mouse and keyboard all that well. Funny, look at that. Like 80s, 76, 75, 74. It doesn't... Okay. Huh. Wonder why that bounced up so high. It does look frame generation for sure. Let's do this again. You can kind of just tell some things. Okay, whatever we missed it, so. Yeah, we got everybody coming around. Run. I don't know. What's the roll on mouse and keyboard? I don't know. Yeah, it's running really well for some reason all of a sudden. Like we're in the 80s. Unless, like, it's... I don't know. Let's just run away. I hear some audio, like, issues, too. Okay. Oh, it might be on low. I wonder if it defaulted to low settings or something. Maybe that's it. Need more resolve. We're gonna die. Yeah. Oh, smack on the head. Okay, yeah, very good. I mean, regardless. No, now it's down to 40s. Nope, back to 79. Okay. I think we've seen, like, the Steam Deck can run it, you know, close to 50s, right, with the right settings. The Legion Go, you're going to be able to get 50s, 60s with the right settings as well, like 1080p, though. Let's jump back over to the Steam Deck. Yeah, I hear that audio issue. Give me 1 sec while I reset these cards really fast. They are giving us a little bit of a fit right now. So when we need to do that, it's properties, deactivate, activate, and then we jump over to this one and do the exact same thing. Deactivate and activate. That should fix it. No, it made it worse. Hear that? Weird. Okay, let's try it again. We'll start with this one. This is usually the problem. And activate it again. And then now we'll do, this is the Steam Deck card. Deactivate it. And then reactivate it again. Still doing it. I don't know. Usually that fixes it. Huh. I'm not sure which one is causing the problem. Let's try one more time. Deactivate. And if I lose it, like if I close this, it's going to disappear and then I've got to go like fight to get it back to find out where to reactivate it. Still doing it. Maybe I have to close it all the way out. Let me do that. We'll have to redo this. Okay, sounds a little bit better. It's the problem is I run like 3 capture cards all at the same time, and 2 of them are really kind of old. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, we can have some issues. So now I've got to go in and re-enable them, but you're gonna have to give me a minute to find these things. So this one is Steam Deck. Yeah, all that's gone now. Now it's just, I've got to go back in and re-enable each of the cards. And I need to go into my layout editor. Maybe my editor. Actually, the editor. Yes, that'll allow me to do it. Properties, activate. Good. Yeah, that fixed it. So yeah, that's what we have to do is kind of go in, deactivate and reactivate these. It worked fine for a minute. It's the Legion Go, I think, is the problem. Because when I deactivate that one, it's fine. Maybe it's the actual cards going bad. Yeah, see, the Steam Deck fixed itself. I don't know. Steam Deck's fine. Anyhow, I know we have all these. Every week it's the same thing. Where it should be working and it doesn't work. All right, next game. Let's take a look at, let's say Trek to Yomi. And let's take a look at, because we're going long today, it seems. It just seems like it's going on and on. We've only done through 2 games. So let's do Withering Rooms. I haven't had a chance to check this out. Like I said, this game, I can't remember. Clock Tower. Clock Tower is the game that this reminds me of. Clock Tower is a PS1 game originally, I think. I think it actually might have been on the Super Nintendo in Japan. But the first time it was in the US, I think was Clock Tower on the PlayStation, the original one. And this game reminds me of Clock Tower. It's a horror game. I'm going to guess that we can probably leave everything max on this. Let's go ultra. And let's back up. It almost has this feel to me of like Clock Tower meets Rule of Rose, which was a PS2 game. Like the music sounds like Rule of Rose, for sure. Interesting. And it definitely has the look and feel of Rule of Rose, but Rule of Rose was a 3D, like free camera roaming game, kind of like Resident Evil in a way. So I guess that wasn't free camera. It was like specific camera angles, as well as I think it did have like a free camera capability. Some furniture can be interacted with. Press A. Okay. What do we got? 60? I bet this game's running 90 if we really are. If we're really on the Steam Deck itself. It's got nice sound effects. Oh, we must have to find something to get out of our room. A corpse in a cage. Very nice. All right. Now, I'm not playing the game at the moment, but we will be playing the game. When alone, press Y to hide. Oh. Does it see me? No. It's kind of Silent Hill looking critter. Crouch. Crouch is L. Oh, you don't press it. You have to push down. And it's just going room to room to room, puzzles, enemies. I think you can hide in lots of different places. Go in and out of rooms. So yeah, you can kind of hide under here. And you'll have like some battles that you have to do, stuff like that. But quite interesting game. Oh boy. Let's not go near him.
How long has it been?
Is it him talking? I heard something. And I apologize if you're chatting. It looks like something's screwed up on YouTube side, that it's not showing me any of the chats or chat at all. It's just, I can see that there's been some stuff done, but I can't see anything on my end. And that's probably Starlink. We're going to blame that on... Oh my God. Did he see me?
What is this place?
What in the world? Is it clockwork? He's got a key on his back. Steal the key. Well, that's where we want to go. Let's get the hell out of here. Is this the door? Oh, now we're outside even. Nice. You see, it's just like let go side scrolling pretty much. Oh, we're running the hell out of here. Nope, we're in another area. Oh, we were in the gatehouse. Now we're... What's this? It is like Rule of Rose, for sure. Interesting. Okay. We are seeing it dip down, though. So 34, 35. They're witches. Magic is red. This might be an interesting one to play during an event, like a live stream, like a live stream, like Halloween show or something like that. 32, 33. Yeah. We've definitely dropped down. Let's see if we adjust some of the... We could do the resolution scaling. That would put us at 1024 by 576. That gets us to 40-ish. But still 30, so it bounces around a lot. This game obviously would not be optimized, I wouldn't think. Let's adjust the quality to high. So there's upper 40s. So I guess if we would go to like low, very low kind of thing. There we go. Low gets you like 60 locked. You're not supposed to be here. Oh my god. Well, that was fast. Title drop. Okay. It works though. Runs okay if you put it on low. All right. Let's jump over and take a look at it on the Legion Go. Oh, we completed the prologue. That was the prologue. That was it. We're straight into the next one. Okay. Let's go ahead. That was just your tutorial level, or your Fatui. All right, let's jump over to the Legion Go. Let's take a look at it on there. It's going to obviously be at 1080p. Oh, well, we don't have the Legion Go plugged in yet. Give me one sec. That was my fault. I need to go back, go to editor. Legion Go. Maybe we have to do these like one at a time. Maybe we can't have them both on here at the same time. All right. Let's see if the Legion Go will wake up for us. Well, whatever it was, it fixed it. So the Legion Go is activated. I hear a little bit. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, it's a little bit there. You can hear it every once in a while. Let's jump into the Withering Rooms. Check this out. All right, there we go. Yeah, the audio is a little funky. I can hear the like cracking. That's not on the game itself, not on the Legion Go. It's actually on this issue that I have with these cards. Oh wow, that's really bad. Let's do this. Let's turn, while we're on this one, let's turn the Steam Deck off. See if that doesn't, oh my god, see if that doesn't help. It's something to do with these two cards conflict with each other. Yeah, there we go. It's still got noise. I don't know. It's something to do with maybe the Legion Go. Yeah, listen to that. Huh. Let me do one more thing. See if we can't fix this. Let's just disable this altogether. And then we'll reactivate it. And we won't activate the Steam Deck. And let's see if that allows us to get through this game. Still got the noise. Auto detect? No? I'm trying some settings just to see if I can fix it. Custom audio devices? No. Nope. It's all the same. Output desktop audio. Wow, that got like really loud. That's not right. It's getting worse. We cannot find this. What are we gonna do here? I don't know of anything that's gonna fix this. Usually it's like disable one, start it up again. And it fixes it. Yeah, this stream has been like all over the place. Like all of them. None of this changes. It's always been the same way. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It doesn't like both cards. Okay, well, let's just go through this part. I don't even know if it'll hang for this. It sounds really bad. Let's just take a look here real fast. We'll get an idea of what it looks like. Resolution. Again, we're going to try it on Ultra. 1080p. Yeah, there's nothing to do with the audio here. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's see what we get on the Legion Go. And then we'll get out of this noisy buggy thing. So we got 45. Again, we're 1080p. Probably the best option here is like, let's just knock this down to... Can I even adjust it? Let me try that again. Okay. It won't let me adjust here. Weird. Like mouse and keyboard just is horrible for these things. Like PC is not built for mouse and keyboard any longer. It's crazy. Let's do high. Let's see what we get. Looks like we're running at about 60s. So high settings, 1080p, 60 frames per second. Why can't my person go through the door? F. Oh. They can't go through the door. That's weird. Oh, because I'm peeking. I'm not opening the door. I was just looking in the door. That's why. There's 59. We'll just go up and get burned. Hello. Yes. Did you come from the gate? Yes. You made it all the way here with no assistance. Yes. Liar. Okay. You gotta lose there because I gotta do the title drop. But still like in the 60s. A little bit better across all boards, right? Like a little bit better fidelity, a little bit better resolution, a little bit everything's better than the Steam Deck, right? So that's where that Z1 Extreme comes into play. It gives you a little bit of like extra power to work with. So we can hide. Oh, you got multiple buttons you got to press to do anything. E to close. Wow. God. Stop hiding. E. Okay. Let's get out of here. It's locked. Oh, we got to find our key. Oh, a cleaver. Yes, take it. We will take that. How do I take it? Oh, there we go. Oops. Hear that audio? It's really weird. Why can't I grab it? There, I got it. How do we swing? Oh, I know why it's doing. I don't even have the mouse connected to the Legion Go. That's why it was doing that. There we go. There's our swing. I think I need to find a key. Or maybe we can cut this painting up. Nope. How about this thing? Hold a heavy attack. We can dodge. We can roll. Okay. Inspect. Where was that? Yeah, that audio. That's because of this capture card. I can tell you that. And I can't get out here. Nope, it's locked. Oh my. Where'd she come from? Nightingale, that's a different game. She's a witch, though, right? I think that's what they said. She's our guide. Escaping, nothing. Yeah, let's just say nothing. Yeah, we're good. Oh, it reconfigures itself each night, so it's like a... It's a random generated kind of event. So always go to the study. Here's the key. It's only temporary if you die. What are we teaching people? That's not right. No, it's fine. And let's see. Key, out the door. Let's fight somebody. Oh, can we just like sit in here? There we go. There we go. Come here, you. Murderer. Okay. Search body. We get some stuff. Oh, we get a finger. And we killed the maid. Get corrupted finger. Okay, cool. I wonder if it's like a BioShock thing where if like you allow people to live certain other things, you might get like 1 coin, but you get something else, right? Like you're not killing them. So your ending will be better. Oh boy. Look at this thing. What is this? Just like Dark Souls, play close, attack as quickly as possible. Oh, I'm poisoned, but I killed it. Sweet. She's really got a hunch. Pull off the mirror, yes. Oh, I wonder if that's like some kind of saving system. Search, murderer. Paralysis jar. Okay. A corrupted heart. And that was a beast zombie. I don't know. Was it worth getting poisoned? Probably not. Less fire damage. Okay. I think we're good here. So the game, yeah, like we can lock it in at 60. And essentially what you have to do is just put it on high on the Legion Go, and you can run it at 1080p. I would imagine if you put it on low, you could almost run it at 2560 by 1600. But I'm not 100% sure. So let's jump out of here. We will readjust the cards. I'm going to have to come up with a better solution. Every time I think I've got this figured out with these multiple capture cards, it does this and it makes that noise, which I don't want because that's just horrible. That like clicky audio drives me nuts. So let's go in. Let's do properties, deactivate that. And then go to Steam Deck and we'll re-enable it. Yeah, I wish it would make up its mind on these audio issues. Okay, next game. There we go. We've done, so what have we done? We've done Withering Rooms. We've done Ghost of Tsushima. We've done Valhalla. We've got Trek to Yomi and Hitman left. So let's try taking a look at Trek to Yomi. Yomi. Again, Steam Deck, nothing special you have to run on this one. No compatibility, nothing like that. Let's go ahead and jump out of here. Controller configurations are there, I think. Yep, official ones. So yeah, pretty much you can just jump in and start. Let me switch over to this layout. And again, this game is on sale for $7.99, I think it was. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Oh, sorry, wrong button. There we go. It's almost like a wah-wah pedal. And it can mute my mic and can, for some reason, I decided that, oh, I'll make it to where I can turn the lights on and off. I think I need to change that. It's kind of dumb. Flying wild hogs. There's some cracking in this, like audio popping, but I don't know if that's... Might be built into the game. I think it is. All right, let's turn the brightness up a little bit. If it will even do it, because it's barely doing anything. I mean, it might have made a difference. In terms of settings, video, we can try it on Epic. Frame rate, we'll shoot for 60. Resolution should be at 1080 by, or 1280 by 720. Yeah. Kabuki. I think that's what it said. So we've had 2 Japanese themed titles tonight in terms of like Japan, like samurai and stuff like that. Ghost of Tsushima and Trek to Yomi though. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make just more sense to buy new cards or just stick with one card. And we would have to just swap the machines out. I don't like that idea. I think it works better when it all runs. Okay, I'm going to skip this part. We skip again? Oh. Okay, there we go. Now we have control. Okay. It's got a couple different
己が
ways.
身につけし技を見せてみろ。ひろき。
Then up and X and down and X. Okay, heavy attack. Rotation.
目を離すでない。
Turn
行っ
around.
ときたりとも相手に背を向けてはならぬ。
Okay, we are
刀を振
still
る
in
こ
the
としか知らぬ
40s.
者の先は見えておる。守りを固めるのだ。防げ。
Okay,
ひ
how
ろ
do we
き。
do this? Okay,
防ぐの
LB.
だ。相手の気力がそがれるのを待つは愚か者のすることぞ。風のように
Close
動
that.
け。さすれば刀にとらわれることはあるまい。
Okay. Counterattacks. Very much like a Souls-like. Nice. Oh, we gotta do better parries, I guess. I'm not even getting it. It's not doing it. No. Yeah, it's not counting my parry. They just smack me in the head every time. Come on.
今日はここまで。
Okay. Let's get out of this area. Hopefully we can save and then I'll carry over to the Legion Go so we don't have to go through that again. Not that it's bad, but...
町場の方へ向かったのでは？こちらへ。
先生はいかなる時も稽古を立つことはありませんでした。何か気を悪くされたのでしょうか。
何をおっしゃいます、ひろき殿。あなた様は父の自慢の弟子でございます。
何年言ったらわかるんだ。これは売り物じゃねえ。
Not for sale. Okay, 40s. Let's adjust a little bit. So we have it set to what? Ultra? Epic. Hey, Cherry Man, how are you? Welcome. How's your day going? Let's go medium. Down from epic. Yeah, there we're locked into 60. Well, I don't know, 56, 60, somewhere in between there. Maybe we gotta go this way. Yeah, no, this Trek to Yomi is pretty cool. Oh, were you talking about? Sorry, I might have missed the thing. Were you talking Ghost of Tsushima? I saw that you were playing that earlier. Yeah, that's a really well optimized game. We were just kind of checking it out. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Trek to Yomi is a little bit different, but still nice designs, just not designed the way, obviously Sucker Punch built Ghost of Tsushima. It's amazing. And the Legion Go can run that. I know that's what you usually play on. It runs it very well. Okay, well, I mean, we can kind of see, like, this moves around. It's like 30s to 40s to 50, or like 40s to 50s to 60s. I think if you were to go in, I don't know if dropping it all the way down to the end would help you. It's hard to say. I think we're on low settings across the board. So now we're still getting 40s? Yeah, I think that this one just has that. How's it run on the Steam Deck? Ghost runs really well on Steam Deck. Just, you know, very similar to the Legion Go for sure. I think they both run it. I mean, I think it was optimized specifically for the Steam Deck. Maybe the original Steam Deck, right? So it runs super well on that and on the Legion, on the OLED. The Legion Go, I think it runs great as well. We were running it like 1080p, low settings, but getting like 60 to 70 frames per second. So not too bad. Let's jump over to the Legion Go and take it. Actually, you know what? I wonder if we're better off just to finish up the game. No, probably better off just to keep jumping back and forth. That makes more sense. So let me get the Legion Go ready because I have to enable that one more time for us. Because of the way it's working today. Oh, yeah. We were playing it. I was getting, you know, depending upon the area, between 40 to 60 frames per second. So if you locked it at 40, you'd be really good. But, you know, we were kind of trying different settings and, yeah, it was running pretty well. I did like it when it ran at 60 better, right? For battles and stuff like that, for sure. Legion Go. I got to go in and find my thing to adjust this. There we go. Open and activate. Hopefully got rid of the audio issue. That audio issue is a pain. Not good, ever. Oh, I just powered it down. All right, there we go. Okay, let's take a look at Trek to Yomi really fast. And then we've got one more game to take a look at. Okay, it seemed to have fixed the audio issue. However, whatever reason. Nope, still there. Never mind. Still there. God, cannot get rid of that audio issue. It was running so well. It all went downhill. We've still got Hitman World of Assassination to take a look at. Again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on either of these. The shows ran longer than it normally does because we spent a lot of time on Valhalla and on Ghost of Tsushima. But we'll try to knock these two out and then get everybody to have a good evening and go on their way. Audio. Sounds like crap. It drives me nuts. There's nothing I can do. As soon as I tracked down what I thought it was, which was like the BIOS was all screwed up. So I thought, okay, well, the BIOS fixes will make this better. And they did temporarily. And then like this started again when something else went wrong. Okay, don't again have something to really do here. We're just going to jump in to do anything. We don't have to like do any kind of specific event. Because I don't want to hear this audio any longer than I have to. I'm tempted just to like say, let's jump into the Hitman right away. Hear how slow that is? Okay, I'm going to play directly on the device. So we're going to use multiple mouse and keyboard. Because I'm tired of playing this. So we're in the 40s here. Now, what's our settings? Oops. I think we were on Epic. Yeah. So let's drop Epic down to medium. Leave everything else the way it is. All right, moving. Yep, got the movement now. Audio. Okay.
己が身につけし技を見せてみよ。ひろき。
So XX. Up XX. Down XX. There we go. Maybe attack.
目を離すでない。言っときたりとも相手に背負う
Never show
で
your
はな
back to
ら
an
ぬ。
enemy. Good advice.
刀を振ることしか知らぬ者の先は見えておる。守りを固め
Good
るのだ。
word.
防げ、ひろき。防ぐのだ。相手の気力がそがれるのを待つは愚か者のすることぞ。風のよう
Okay,
に動け。
close.
さすれば刀にとらわれることはあるまい。
Yeah, we're around the upper 50s. Oh, do we have to do this again? Okay, strike 2. Parry encounters. We got to do 5 of these even though it doesn't count. So weird. Okay, hit me again. There we go. Okay, for some reason it doesn't
この
count
道
them,
は
but
ここまでだ。
you can get through
よ
it.
うにしよう。
Okay, hold. Let's run down again. So this is medium settings at 1080p on the Legion Go, and it's doing 40, upper 40s, low 50s.
おっしゃいますヒロキ殿
And I think I would leave it. Like, I don't know. Just looks better. There's 60, 59.
わかるんだい。これは売り物じゃねえ。
Yeah. Other than that audio, which is not part of the game. That's my own issue. It's looking really solid.
引き立てだよ。
Yeah.
毎日おめえ
How much do we have to change here? I don't think the game's going to get super demanding as you go through it.
刀忍耐じゃ。
Oh, their audio sounds so weird. Okay, let's jump out and jump to our last game of the day, which is Hitman World of Assassins. We probably won't do any of the online stuff. That audio thing kills me. And I don't think... Yeah, I can see the cards, but I don't know if I turn one of them off, like physically unplug it and plug it back in, if that would help or not. I highly doubt it. All right, let's push that back and Hitman. Hopefully the audio just fixes itself like it always does. Because after today and then everything else, kind of too tired to mess with it. Not going to be able to figure it out myself right now. All right, let's see. Operations. So you do have frame generation on this. You do got all the little bells and whistles. We will run at 1080p. Let's do this. Oh, latency see, we can't probably turn it on without having something else on, like FSR. Or that's NVIDIA's tech, so we can't even use it anyhow. We don't have an NVIDIA graphics card here. Yeah. Everything's off. Little details set to medium. Okay. Good enough. Let's save. Now we are in the Legion Go. I didn't switch back over to the Steam Deck. We'll do the Steam Deck last on this one. So we get a little bit of a taste of like what it's going to run like on a 1080p device and how fast it'll run, stuff like that. We'll see. It's an interesting game because it was Hitman 3, and then they layered this other component on top of it, which is all online. And now I think they'd rather just have all online and nothing else. It just seems like it works better for them. All right. So I'm going to use the built-in controller. And again, we won't spend a ton of time on this because of the audio issue and because we're going long. I mean, usually the stream goes 9 till about 9. We're at 9:21 right now. We probably aren't going to be finishing up here until at best 9:40 is my guess. Okay, that's good. All right, so you do have your story mode campaign, and then you've got your new game mode, play freelancer, which I believe is kind of the World of Assassination component. But let's just take a look at Hitman 3. Let's look at Dubai. It's kind of the best of the best, I think, in terms of this game. Other than the audio issue, which has nothing to do with either the device or the game. It has to do with my capture card. That's what I'm sticking with. Welcome to Dubai. Now there's a party going on here at this tower. I think we're able to invade. I'm pretty sure if I remember from... There we go. We've kind of airdropped. We're just kind of free walking on a pipe that is above the clouds. So it's more than 5,000 feet, right? Let's see. Oh. I think I dropped down. Yeah. There we go. So we're at 60 right now. What I remember about this game was it was really pretty efficient. Okay, can I stand up? I've got a camera, I've got fiber wire. There we go. Kind of be nice if we had a weapon. Hang. Yep. And I think we got to take this here. Maybe not. How do we get in here? Oh, the camera. That's right. Camera. There we go. So now we're seeing like, well, we saw 51 there, but then it went right back to 60. Nothing. This way. Looks like somebody was sleeping down here. I think we're going to pop up in the coat room. Here we go. Don't need the camera. Oh, it's kind of dark. There we go. Now it's safe. Good. So we should be able to start when we do it on the Steam Deck, we should be able to start from there. But let's get up into the crowd. That audio sounds horrible. I apologize. It's the waterfall making that audio sound like so bad. 53, 58. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, what options do we have if we want to back this down? Let's see. Graphics card wise. Again, they don't support anything FSR related. They've got Intel and they've got DLSS. You can always just do resolution scaling, but level of detail could probably be set to low. And now we're at 60, 57, 60. I know every time I say 60, it's like, nope, we're just going to drop it by 2 or 3. Let's go all the way up to the balcony. We'll see if there's anything up there. Otherwise, this is, you know, the larger amount of crowds. Hey, Ben. Ben Games, how are you? Ben, man, how are you? Dude, I didn't know that was you. Good. Way back in the day. How have you been? Hitman's port, you know, it's kind of okay. This is running on that Legion Go, right? So it's not too bad. And I've played it on the Steam Deck. We're hitting about 60 right now. These are about as many crowds as you're going to get. It's going to be more environmental stuff. The audio is really crappy right now because I'm having an issue with the graphics, or with the capture card. When we switch over to the Steam Deck, all that'll be gone. It's not the Legion Go or the game here in this instance. What have you been up to otherwise, Benjamin? You're working, going to school? It's been, man, when I first met you, it's probably been 10 years? No, 8 years? Something like that. Yeah, this is, here, he won't care. I'll just kind of hang off the tower. He'll never know. God. Let's get this guy. Can we pull him? Nope. Throw him off. We'll just fight a little bit. Just to see what it'll do. So 59, 60. Yeah. You're kicking. Nice. It's been 12 years. Yeah, I know. It's been crazy. Yeah, man. It's been a long time. So you're working for school district. Very nice. Is that the same area that you used to live where you grew up, or is it different? Let's jump over to the Steam Deck now. And we'll finish off with that. I usually do a stream every Saturday. Hear that audio? Watch, as soon as I get rid of this card, it's going to disappear. Like that card just is whatever. It might just be that card. Maybe that card went bad. I haven't thought about that. I should try swapping them. Okay, so that is gone. That issue's done for. We're not going back to the Legion Go tonight. Perfectly. Sounds good now. Okay, let me... Uh-oh. Looks like I didn't close a game. Whoops. Steam will send you an email for that. Okay, we fixed it. Sorry. That was my mistake. Now, let's open up Hitman here. This Steam Deck. Start. And let me go back to the chat. Sorry, when I had to move over and change something, I lost the chat. Let's see. Launch Hitman. There we go. Auto mod got you. Yeah, it got... No, I think what happened was I don't know if the auto mod would get that, but I had to switch over. So when I did, it lost the chat and then it came back. I don't know if it keeps chat over here in this window. It does. I can just always reference this. I didn't know that. There we go. You've moved. Okay, gotcha. 3 or 4 times. Wow. You're still living in the Midwest. Okay, gotcha. Refrain from using foul language. What was your foul language, Frank? I don't know. That's weird. Why that thing pinged that? That is strange. But you do stream yourself? Oh, I have to essentially. The problem here is you're going to have to like select. Let's just do options first. I got to use the touchscreen. That's where the Steam Deck loses a little bit of like convenience, is sometimes if certain games aren't made to run with it for whatever reason, you lose the ability to make simple adjustments like here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use the mouse. So give me 1 second. You'd stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Nice. Sweet, man. I'll have to check it out. And it's under Ben Games 99. I will check it out, man. Let's see. Everything's set. So we're on medium level of quality. Let's put it just to low because I know that we're going to need it there. And texture filter, let's put that to low. Let's just drop everything to low. I thought it would do that, but monitor, VSync, Dubai, benchmark scene. Oh, that's for the benchmark when you're doing the testing. Let's drop these down to low and low. Whoops, low and low and low, or minimum. Shadow quality. Shadows are really tough usually. Let's put those to low. Now we might be able to bump some of that stuff up, but yeah, same account. Awesome. Just different name. That auto mod, I'm gonna have to shut that down. That is funny. It's just picking up everything. It's picking on you. Yeah, I was talking with my buddy Brooks, who you might remember what used to play some of that with us. And he was saying like he's been playing Destiny for 10 years. It's been that long because he was on the beta back in 2014. So Destiny 1, Destiny 2, between the combination of the two, they've been playing for, yeah, that long, for 10 years. Crazy. Let's see if this will allow me to connect. I've never really had it run slow. There we go. But when I connect online, it causes issues with the Starlink that I have to use. Yep, Dakota Shea. Everybody ran out. We had a lot of fun with running that game. It's been a long time. I've gotten old. Let's go back to Dubai. We'll do the exact same area just to kind of get an idea. Oh, is this, that's not to play it. There we go. 25 now. Yeah, man. Time just runs. I'm 49 right now. I know, that's crazy. God, think about that. You were like, when we were doing Destiny, you were like 14. Something like that, right? 15, I guess. Yeah, that was funny. We played a lot of that. That was fun, though. God. Getting those raids. I think we were able to, like, 4-man, 6-man raids or something like that at one point. All right, so, yeah, see, we've got 60 right now. And I bet we'll have it going into the other room with all of the crowd and everything. Oh, there it was dropping down to 59. I don't know, let's just see. But this is pretty smooth, but it is only 1280p. Or, sorry, 720p. We need to jump up here. And kind of work our way across. How do you like working for the school district? Has it been pretty good? Oh, nostalgia comes back with Twitch. Oh God, what am I doing? Jumping off? No, don't hang. Get the phone. Yeah, I know, man. It's YouTube. I haven't streamed. Well, I started streaming on Twitch again. YouTube has definitely grown for me. So I do a lot of YouTube stuff. I do daily videos over there for Steam Deck and for PC games, stuff like that. It's been good. Yeah, I remember, man. You'd be on there and we'd just go through tons of games all night long, like every night for like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. For a long time. That was fun. All right. That was when I was with like Wild Tangent and all sorts of stuff. I got out of the games industry, man. I just do social media for companies and freelance for other stuff. Got tired of the crap the gaming industry was pulling on people. Oh yeah, for years we did a lot of co-op stuff. Constantly games coming out. God, think about that. We started doing that like back in the PS3, like PC stuff. Went to PS4. I guess it was pretty close to PS4. PS4 came pretty much right away. So yeah, 56, 58, 60. Like pretty much Xbox and PS4 for a decade. That is wild. What do you play? What did you mention what you play now? I know you said you have your channel you play regularly like Tuesday and Thursdays. But what type of games are you playing? I might have missed. You might have said that. Let me see if you said that. I don't see anything like that in the chat. I had to look up. So, I mean, yeah, we're still getting 60 now. Everything is set to low. So, and this is 720p essentially on the variety streaming. Nice. We did back in the day. Very cool. Oh, that's funny, man. That is funny. I thought you could assassinate these guys now. Why would you do that? That's rude. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Oh, God, they're shooting me. Already. That's okay. We were just going to kind of see how the game was running. Oh, my guy's taking it. He's just trying to walk away. Oh, and a flashbang got me. Okay, I think we're good there. It's running just fine. No issues. It plays online as well. I've played the World of Assassination side where it's just kind of you go through and you can play different missions that are randomly generated. Yeah, man, I'm always on here on the weekends. I since I switched careers, change things up so I can choose what I want to do. I can stream any time, really. Doesn't matter. Oops. Unreal Process has crashed. Uh-oh. I'm going to close it. Let's just get out of here. The last thing while we're getting ready to get out of here, I was just going to show Pinball FX. They put out a free table for everybody. So if you click the link that's down in the description, if you like pinball, they've got a new free table available. And I think if you claim it before, I want to say the end of the month. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct or if it's like mid-June. I would claim it before the end of the month. Then you can keep the table. And it's like, it's based on the soccer, football. I think it's one they've done before. I forget what they call it. We'll look at it here. Oh, no, man. You can always reach me, dude. I'm usually on YouTube, but like I said, every Saturday I'm on Twitch and all of that. But yeah, you're more than welcome to ping me anytime, man. Never had a problem with that. I'm always on the internet somewhere. I'm going to be on the internet far more often because I'm doing more streaming these days. I would love to grow. I've been trying to grow YouTube to, it's a lofty goal, but like 100K subs. I'm about 10% of the way there, a little bit over 10%, about 10,000 some. But it's a lofty goal, but I'd love to get there. Super League Football, that's the one. So Super League Football, whoops. Where is it? There it is. This is the table that you can get for free. So if you just download Pinball FX from Steam, you get, normally you'll get, I think it's, which one is it here? I've got to look. Is it Grimm's Tales? No, Wild West. You get Wild West free, and you can play it as much as you want, as far as I remember. And you also get the Williams Fish Tales game for free. So those two tables you can play anytime. And if you claim this table, Super Football League, before the end of the month, we'll say, then you can, then you can keep that table for free as well. I was just going to show it while we're closing it down. Yeah, shoot me on Discord. Yep. It's just Factor of Games over on Discord as well. For me. Oh, dude. Nobody's annoying, man. We had a lot of fun playing games on Twitch for years. So, dude, more than happy. Glad that you're doing well. Glad that life treated you good and gave you a solid job and all that stuff. How's that sound? So I think these are all the developers in here. I think that's their faces. So this is kind of a custom table that they just do.
At this level, there are no easy games, but I don't see anything else other than a victory here today.
All right, let's give it a kick. So this is kind of just a fun table that the developers made for themselves, really. And they're giving it away for free. Oh, I drained it. Yep. Now, if you've got a pinball table, like a virtual pinball table, like the one behind me, if you can see it, I don't know if it's like here somewhere. Is that it? Right? You can see it like right back there. This game works really well on that table. Just like any of the other virtual pinball software, they all work really well on these. Yeah, let me look at, give me one sec. I will find it here. I think I have Discord up on my phone right now. It should have come through. Or it's needing to be updated. That's probably what it is. Yep, I got you. All right, man. Good. I'm glad we connected. Yeah, let's figure something out in the future here. Like I said, I play games all the time, man. I don't have the important jobs like you, working for education and school districts, so I'm always around. All right, let's see. Can we do one more? And we can also adjust the, yeah, there we go. Get a little bit of the field. There's like 7 different camera views on all these games. I love pinball, man. I still play it. I was playing it today. I had to go out and do a job for the folks that I freelance for. And I was like, well, I'm close to the arcade. It's got like pinball machines. I'm done working. I'm going to go do that. And the stream pays for it, because I could have been working on the stream to make it better. Oh, you're on summer break right now. Oh, yeah, that's right. The benefits of working for the school district is like, I guess maybe not everybody 100% gets the same break time, but like a lot of it's the same, right? Like everybody gets to go off. Audio freelance. What's the audio thing? Is that like audio recording software, or like you're doing something with audio recording, or like audio work? Dude, good on the summer breaks, right?
The fans will be expecting no less than 3 points and a hat full of goals.
Let's kick
today.
this out of here. We'll try one more time. You edit podcast commercials, audio dramas, etc. Oh, that's awesome. How'd you get into that, man? That's really cool. Was that just something like when you're in college you kind of jumped into, or was that like something that you picked up while you were graduating? Because I know like years went by, like we hadn't really caught up for like a few years, 4 years, something like that. So like all of that is like a mystery on my end. Happenstance purely. Nice. Dude, that's all right. I do a little bit of stuff for people as well on social media. Like I said, there's a couple friends of mine that have like larger Twitch. They do a lot of streaming on Twitch. They do have some on YouTube. I do some of their stuff on YouTube. And then a bunch of other stuff. Oh, no college, dude. Never went to college. Okay. Cool, man. Neither did I, so. College isn't for everybody, right? Like, it's good. I'm not against it. It wasn't for me, and life worked out. I don't know how easy it is to pull that off, but it seems like it's pretty good for you.
Looking sloppy.
The players all seem to switch off for a moment there.
Hey, we should talk, man. I've got clients. I mean, maybe there's something we can do together, like find some more business, something like that. I'm always up for it. Like I said, I run probably 6 Sola salons right now. And then I've got some friends that I do some work for. And I'm picking up a few more clients in the game industry. That'll be like my only real connection to the games industry anymore. But it's all like freelance stuff. And then I do streaming, and I do some like freelance like maintenance work. Like general facility, like field ops kind of thing. But it's all kind of under my company. Which is really nice. So it gives me a lot of time to do this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we always did, man. It was funny. I guess that's how it goes, right? You meet somebody, and 12 years later, hey, let's figure something out. We could work on something together. Ah, I missed it. This is a really, I mean, for everybody watching, I mean, this game is really good in general. And like I said, I'm not playing it as well as probably most people do. But for one of the free tables, you might as well claim it. Even if you just barely like pinball, it's still worth kind of having because they put it out. They launched this with the 4 other tables that they just put out. So one was on its own, which they're all kind of like 80s, 90s, I think, kind of themed games. These are the new ones. There's Battlestar Galactica. That was in a pack along with Xena Warrior Princess and Knight Rider. And then the other one is Pacific Rim. That's a separate pack. So it's like a $15 pack and a $5. And then they put out this football one. Yeah, exactly, man. That's how it works. It's like, hey, you know, we all kind of like did a bunch of different things for a while, right? And like, funny enough, like stayed in social media editing. Like I do a lot of video editing, stuff like that. Obviously edit my own channel and another one. So, and then do social media stuff for like Instagram and TikTok and everything like that for other companies. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. And then you've got the podcasting and audio stuff and dramas. That's kind of cool. I like that. That sounds really cool. I'm sure there's some pretty interesting stuff that you run across. We'll just take a look at Knight Rider really fast while we close this out. I loved Knight Rider as a kid, man. That's all I ever wanted to do was drive a Knight Rider car, kit car.
Who does not exist.
It's got all the audio. It's probably going to get flagged.
A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless.
I don't know if they have the
in a world of criminals
set music preferences. Oh god, don't touch anything. I'm not going to touch anything. I can turn that auto mod off.
How much longer will we be staying here? That's a real good question.
So fitting we reconnect. Yeah, dude, it's like how it is. I agree with you on that. Like, it is weird. Like, you can never write anything off, right? You never know how you'll work with somebody in the future. And that's like usually like people that you do work with all the time, like in a job, right? Like even, but like finding folks on Twitch and hanging out and working on stuff like that. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Manual view. This would be more if you wanted to adjust it for like a pinball machine. Uh-oh. I think it froze. I think it did. Look at that. Steam Deck froze. Nope, it came back. It's back. Anyhow, I've got to jump off here, man. Let's definitely connect, Ben, when you got a chance. I will jump over and check out some of your streams and stuff like that. But for everybody else, greatly appreciate you hanging out and watching on the VOD and everything afterwards. I know everybody does that. And if you haven't already, subscribe. That way you can like vote on the games that are shown here on Saturdays, because the games that I show are the games that people vote on. So everybody gets a chance to vote every day from noon, 24 hours to the next day at noon is when the poll goes up. It's 4 games, and then those 4 games, one of those games will move forward. So we get 5 games during the week, and then I show a 6th game. And it was Pinball FX this week. So that's kind of what happened here. And I appreciate everybody for checking it out. So if you subscribe, you get notified when that poll goes up, you vote, and then you get to see what games you want to see. I said that too many times, but you get the idea. I said you get to see what games you want shown. How's that sound? On the Steam Deck and the Legion Go. So you can kind of see how they run. I'll ping you, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. I will definitely ping you on Discord. Here probably tomorrow, funny enough, just to see what you're up to. But yeah, that's kind of how the show goes. And then it's every Saturday, 7 p.m. And then you can check out all the videos that go up, I think 2 a day right now on YouTube. So there's constantly stuff to view over there. We did a lot of Ghost of Tsushima this week. I think, yeah, there was 11 videos that went up this week. And then if you count tomorrow, there'll be 2 more. So it'll be 13 videos this week. And that's the cadence that I want to keep going. So if you haven't subscribed to see all that stuff, follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter, follow on, or X. You know how that is. Wherever, follow. And have 12 years of fun like Benman and I have checking this stuff out. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. I will talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.